everyone, and happy Sunday. I hope you all had an awesome weekend and you enjoyed last week. It was nice having that snow day and family day, so it felt like a really fast week. And I hope that you all enjoyed that sunshine this weekend as well. So we're blazing into week 4. This week, you're going to start getting some marks back, so just be aware of that. There's a lot of in and out in the first few weeks of in a e-learning course. So now that my class is all settled and I have all of you, you're going to start getting that mark feedback as we prepare for 5th week reports, which are actually going to be distributed next week. So we're going to be moving into week 4 at more of a regular pace for what to expect in an e-learning classroom. The first 2 weeks are fairly slow moving, but obviously, given that this is a grade 12 academic course, there's lots that's going to come at you. So again, make sure that you are allotting for an hour and a half for this class each and every day. Use that spare period and use it like you're in a classroom working on this. You really should be allocating about 5 to 6 hours of time for this course every single week. Okay. So moving into our agenda for this week, I've tried to lay everything out for you fairly well organized. So of course, we've got our participation activities for the week. So make sure you get that done right away. That is just a quick, activity, and you'll be marked as in attendance for the entire week if you complete that. Okay. So it's hard to believe that we are approaching 5th weeks and March break next week. The second semester just flies by. Like I said, you're going to start seeing marks coming back this week. And now that we're all settled in, you're going to start to also see some additional expectations. So what I've done is I've outlined sort of a little bit of a checklist here for the assessments for this week. And again, just a reminder that everything from an assessment perspective is always due for this class the week following the Monday at 8 a.m. And that's when the drop boxes will close for those assessments. So you have the whole week to do the work, but you do need to do the work within the week that it is assigned. Okay. So Monday, February 27th, what's on tap for tomorrow? We've got a couple of lessons this week. So lessons are in the form of slide decks. So you're responsible for opening up those slide decks and going through the material. And as I've said a number of times before, I do fully expect that you are taking notes on this information, that you're keeping great Unit 1 notes somewhere, whether that's a Google document or handwritten. This is going to become really, really important now because you're going to be getting a lot of curriculum, right? This is where the concepts and the learning comes from. And then you're going to be asked to apply that information to assignments, projects, and then, of course, tests, okay? So, again, this is your slideshow, one of your slideshows for this week, the types of managers and those roles of in the organizations. There is an assigned discussion post. I'll talk about this in just a second. And within the content of this lesson, you're going to be learning about the definition of managers, different types of levels of managers, the changing nature of management in the 21st century, which is a major theme of your first unit test. There are videos that you are assigned that you need to watch, okay? And then also managerial roles is another concept that you will see, especially on your first unit test. And then the 4 functions of management is another really important concept that we come back to a lot. The leadership lessons from Dancing Guy is a video that you will see come into assignments and tests in the future as well. So you do need to watch this video, and you do need to understand the context of the video too. Okay, so make sure that when you're going through lessons, for any video that's assigned, any article that's assigned, you do read the articles, watch the videos, and take notes of them as well. So here's another example, Forbes article on the 6 characteristics of 21st century leadership. You'll definitely want to get these notes down because you'll, again, see this come back. For last semester, this concept actually came back into play for the final examination, okay? So that's your first lesson for the week. You want to take notes on that lesson. There's also an additional addendum note here for you to go through the types of managers. Okay, and then you're also assigned a discussion post. This is the class discussion post number 2. So if you go into communication and we go to discussions, just underneath the very first introductory discussion post, you'll see your assigned discussion post for this week. That's on qualities of an effective manager. So you have to answer these 4 questions, and based on the lesson from today. So again, you'll have to ensure that you understand the 4 functions of management and apply those concepts to your lesson to your discussion post. Okay, I want to really see that you are connecting to those concepts. Then you're going to ask a question of your peers at the end of your post, something that relates to the content that you've learned. And then you're going to go back and you're going to read and reply to two peer comments. To, again, sort of the idea behind that is to build community in this classroom. Okay, you get full marks when you obviously answer the questions, make connections to the curriculum, and then also reply to two peer posts. Students that don't take the time to reply to two peer posts will not earn full marks on their discussion posts, okay? And again, you have all week to complete that. It's due by Monday at 8 a.m. On Tuesday, you have another lesson. Again, within this lesson, this is called What is a Manager? There are videos embedded within the lesson. So again, make sure that you're going through those TED Talks and those videos and making notes. And then you're going to take the contents of those two lessons and you're going to apply them to a case study. Okay. So this is a case called Van City. It's on top of its game. It's a business scenario. So you're going to read the case. And then you've got a badge activity assignment. This is in Dropbox. So if you pop into Classroom, obviously it's available for you in the weekly breakdown, but it is something that you are going to complete and submit through Dropbox. So just make note of that. And you'll see it right here, badge number 2, Van City case question. So just a reminder, this was something that I talked about a couple of weeks ago in the instructional video. There are 4 forms of assessment in this class. Okay, there are your assignments. Okay, so for example, assignment number 1 was your journal entry. There are badges, which are scaffolding homework assignments. And then there are obviously discussion posts as well, and those tend to be badges as well. There are projects like the Representation and Business Leadership Project, and then there are tests. Okay, so assignments traditionally are worth around 5%, projects and tests around 8 to 9%. And then these badges are what they're meant for are essentially opportunities to actually apply the knowledge that you are learning from the class so that you build the skills you need to perform well on the larger assessments. So the idea with these is that as long as you do a good job and you get the work done, you get the full marks. So there are about, I think, 7 badge assignments throughout the first unit. So essentially, if you do them and you do them well, you get 100% for that mark on your midterm report card. Okay, so these are not marks you want to throw away. They also are the scaffolding learning that you need in order to perform well on projects and unit tests. Okay, so just re-explaining that. I did explain that in a previous message, but I know it's easy to forget all the details. Okay, so on Wednesday, you've got the case study. You've got to read the case, answer the questions. So you just make a copy of that document and answer the assigned questions and submit that. On Thursday, you have a TED Talk to watch called Start Aiming for Perfection and Stop Fearing Failure. And I'm going to have you reflect on a second journal entry. You also have to watch the video, Will Smith video on failure. And the theme of this journal entry is to reflect on failure and how we view failure in our lives. So this journal entry is also available in Dropbox, and you will submit through Dropbox. Right here, assignment number 2, journal entry number 2. And like I said, you have to watch the 2 videos and then apply your learning to the 2 videos from the questions assigned. Okay, so this journal entry has 2 components. You've got the written reflection here, and you're going to do the written reflection in a Google document. Okay, and then you're going to use the videos to answer the questions. So I really want to see that you've connected to the videos. Show me what you learned from the TED Talk. Connect to the overall messages that you see embedded throughout these 2 particular videos. And you can agree or disagree with them as well. Okay. And then the second part is actually I'm going to have you do a video reflection. The reason for this is because we are in a business leadership class, and of course it's an e-learning course, so we don't have the same traditional opportunities to learn how to create effective presentations, but we still can try to increase our oral communication skills through doing work like this. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to prepare a 1 to 2 minute maximum video reflection for this component. Okay, so you are going to reflect on whether you are afraid of failure. Are you afraid of failure? Why do you believe failure is actually essential to your success? Again, I want you just to use personal anecdotes and examples to tell me why you're afraid of failure, if you're afraid of failure, and some examples of this experiences in your own lives. and I want you to perform it in the form of a video. Ideally, it will be something like this using Screencastify where I can actually see you. You can do a voiceover for this particular assignment, but do get comfortable using video because you will have to do that for your next one. What I want to see, or hear, I should say, in your video presentations is energy, enthusiasm in your voice, confidence, really practicing those confident oral communication skills, not reading off of a document. Okay, because again, you can't do that in real life, and you're going to show me that you're practicing those skills. This is a good opportunity to do that. It's only 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so that is your assignment for this second journal entry, the written component and the video component. You're going to submit that here in Dropbox. And that's that. So, and then Friday's a work period for everything. Okay, so for this week, you've got the 2 lessons, making sure you're taking notes on anything embedded within the lesson. You've got the discussion post, and then reading and replying to 2 peer comments. You've got the Van City case study and the guided questions to reply to and submit in Dropbox. And then you have the journal entry, again, to submit in Dropbox with the 2 parts, the written and the video voiceover component. All of that is due by Monday at 8 a.m. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email. And otherwise, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you online.